Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Key to the Streets. This is the 10th episode. I told y'all I'm going 50 episodes straight. I'm doing about 3 of these a week. Typically, they're every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Wednesday, we have Wholesale Hard Knocks with Daryl. Friday, I usually drop the educational video. Well, usually either Friday or Saturday. But yeah, we're rocking and rolling with this thing, man. Today, we're going to go over KPIs. So essentially, what is a KPI, why they're important, and what the actual KPIs are in our business. Now, just a little background story. The reason why I'm going over KPIs right now is because one of our acquisition managers is out for the week on vacation. So I'm going to see exactly what my personal KPIs look like. Like, how many conversations do I have to have in order to land a deal? So today I dipped into the business for about 2 or 3 hours calling sellers. Now, I haven't been calling sellers for probably like 6 months now that I've had an acquisition management team under me, but we're going to see what my KPIs look like me personally, because somebody who is a little bit more experienced has different KPIs than somebody else that's maybe not as seasoned. So it's going to be super interesting by the end of the week to see what my KPIs were and how many conversations it led to in order to get a deal. My goal is to get 4 contracts this week. And if you guys have not been following me on IG, essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to be calling sellers for like 2 or 3 hours a day for the rest of the week. And either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to drop a Zoom link where you guys can come in and listen to me and watch me do the business live and ask me questions and all these things. So make sure you follow me on IG at the Mike Gomes. Shoot me a DM if you want that Zoom link. But let's get this thing cranking, man. So essentially, what is a KPI? Let me share my screen really quick. KPI. First off, what does a KPI stand for? It's a key performance indicator. So key performance indicator. So essentially what a KPI is, it tells you the health of your business, right? You're able to pull back the curtains and see, okay, this is how many dials we did. This is how many conversations we had. This is what resulted from those conversations. So you're able to pull back the curtains. And if you're measuring this on a consistent basis, you know that having a certain amount of conversations leads to that many deals. So what I mean by pull back the curtains and check the health out is you're like, oh, weird, I'm not having that many contracts coming up this week or this month or whatever the case is. You should be able to pull back the curtains and say, hey, we're only doing maybe 25 conversations every 2 days when we should be doing that every day or whatever, right? So I have this thing, right? This thing is called a Whoop band. And essentially it hooks up to my phone and it tells me what I got for sleep. It tells me my heartbeats. It tells me all these things that I don't even freaking know what they are. But essentially it checks my vitals and it says, hey, are you healthy? And to be honest, like let's just say I go have a couple drinks one night, right? And I wake up the next day, it literally tells me that. It says my heartbeats are off. Like it tells me if I'm getting sick, if I'm getting a cold or something, like it tells me that. That's essentially what KPIs are. You check your vitals of your business, you check the numbers, and you see why you are feeling bad or why, well, in the business, I guess for the Whoop band, right? If you check the Whoop band and you were feeling bad before you checked it, you would check it and you would see that the numbers weren't that good. And the Whoop band would tell you that you're sick. Same thing with KPIs. If you're not getting contracts, you go check the KPIs and you see that you haven't had the conversations that you need to have. So that's essentially what a KPI is. So it's tracking the data, the numbers within the background of the business. So I'm just going to go over this from an acquisitions standpoint. So an acquisition manager in our business, here's what the minimum requirements are. We need to hit 100 to 125 dials a day. Now, what does that mean? That means literally like calling somebody and hitting the click, boom, that's a dial. We also double dial and triple dial people. We also call those people, if they didn't answer in the morning, we call them again in the afternoon. Double dial, triple dial, all those dials count in this 100 to 125. So every single time we dial up to somebody, like we press in our CRM, it says dial. Every single time we press dial, that counts as 100 to 125 dials. Now, out of this 100 to 125 dials, we need to have 25 combos over 1 minute long. So out of these 100 to 125 dials, we need to have about 25 conversations over a minute long, like an actual conversation where you're talking to somebody for a lengthy amount of time. You're getting a lot of information in that conversation, right? That's essentially what we're looking for. So out of these 25 conversations, if you do this every single day, 5 days a week, you will end up in our business with one deal per week. So if you have 2 acquisition managers doing this, you would end up with 2 deals. Now, this is just average. This is what an average acquisition manager does. This is actually like a nationwide KPI. This is actually not even, this isn't even just in wholesaling. I know I named this video wholesaling KPIs, but this is in like pretty much every sales business. If you're doing this amount of work, you should get this many deals a week. So all this businesses, I say it all the time. If you're having conversations, just like a painter paints the walls, right, and gets paid for every single wall that he gets paid for every single time he paints 4 walls or something. He gets paid $100. I don't know, right? Just like a painter gets paid to paint a wall, we get paid to have a conversation. So it would be nice to know, just like a painter knows, hey, if I paint this many walls, I get paid this amount of dollars. It would be nice to know, hey, if I have this many conversations, I'm going to get paid this much. So that's essentially what a KPI is. Now, there are also a bunch of other KPIs that we track in our business, like cost per contract, like how much does it actually cost every single month for us to get a contract, how many dials our cold callers are doing. Like there's a lot of different KPIs that we track, and it's super, super important that you guys track your KPIs. That way we look back and we see, we had no contracts this week. What happened? Oh, crap. We didn't have as many conversations. Let's go check that. Why didn't we have as many conversations? Were we just not working as hard? No, it looks like they were working, pretty hard. Okay. Was it our phone numbers? Oh, look at that. A lot of our phone numbers are kind of messed up. Let's go figure that out. So that's essentially how we go back and we make sure that's how you give a business a checkup, right? Just like you go to the doctors and get a checkup, you got to do that with your business, like daily and weekly. We're doing this daily with a lot of things. So I hope this video brought y'all guys some value. If it did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, go on my Instagram and shoot me a DM at the Mike Gomes. I'll be doing seller calls for the rest of the week. And essentially, I'm going to figure out what the hell my KPIs are. Because for 25 conversations a day, typically our people are getting 1 contract a week. Now, for me, I'm a freaking badass sales guy. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't take me 25 conversations a day. Today I had maybe, let's call it between 10 and 15 conversations or something like that. Really just banged it out, but landed to possible 2 contracts. So those are probably going to come up tomorrow. But I submitted, what did I submit today? Like 4 or 5 different offers, right? 2 or 3 of them are going to be promising, and we'll probably convert that at some point this week. So my goal is to get at least 4 contracts by myself this week. Let's freaking get it this week, man. Shoot me a DM at the Mike Gomes on Instagram if you guys want a link to that Zoom. Let's get some deals done, baby.